Hello, Mr. Moss here, and in this video we're going to be looking at three different ways to express numbers in standard form, word form, and expanded form. Let's dive in. Standard form is pretty straightforward. It's the way that we're used to interacting with numbers. In this case, I have a 5-digit number. It's written using the 10 digits we have. Digits are any one-digit numeral: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Those are numerals, those are digits, and we use digits to make up numbers in standard form. And in this case, this standard form is telling me that I have a number that's going to be in the 10,000s place. I'm intentionally not reading it to you. Don't think I'm crazy here. I have a number that goes all the way in the 10,000s place using the digits 35089. This is standard form. Oops. We've done a lot of work in class looking at how to build place value charts. It's a skill all kids should have in 4th grade, being able to draw one if they're not given one. And I try and color code mine when I can. If your 4th graders are doing that, that's great. If not, that's okay too. But we talk about place value using whole numbers here, begins with the ones place. 10 times larger. Every time we go over a place, it's 10 times larger. So we have this way from ones to tens is 10 times larger. From tens to 100, hundreds place, I should say, is 10 times larger. From hundreds to 1,000s, we don't just call this the thousands place, it's the 1,000s place. We're going to fit that pattern. Ones, 100s, 1 millions. Further down would be 1 billions or 1 trillions. And as you go over, it's always 10 times larger. 10,000s, just like tens, or 10 millions. You get the idea here. We can use this to help us out because although we know this number, 35089, in standard form, this can help us to put it into word form. So I'm just going to write in the number that we were working with here, and that's 3 10,000s, 5 1,000s, 0 hundreds, 8 tens, and 9 ones. So I already have from before the standard form. If I want to put this into word form, really all I need to do is read it out loud. I need to read this number and I need to understand how to say it using words. So in this case, that's going to be 35,000. Now, sometimes people wonder, do you have to say 0 Again, think about how you'd read this number. You wouldn't say 35,089. You'd just say 35,089. So I'm just going to write that, 35,089. Now, there's something missing here. And if you're one of my 4th graders watching this video, I sure hope you're going to catch it. You can point it out to the people you're watching this video with. And if you're a grown-up or somebody else watching this on your own, that's fine too. We are missing here some commas. We know that commas go in between the sets of place values, the periods of place values. Ones, tens, hundreds. We need to have a comma here. 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s. If we were still putting in values here, we'd put a comma right here if we still had numbers here. 35,000, comma, 89. And sure enough, that's where we put commas in word form. 35,000, comma, 89. Where the comma goes in the number, right after the 35,000, is where the comma goes in word form. Again, right after 35,000. So we talked before about standard form. Now we're looking at word form. My feeling on standard form and my feeling on word form is that I'm not worried about spelling. If somebody misspells, a particular number, that's fine. I'm more interested in, are they getting the right ideas? If they're writing 3 10,000s, 5,089, that's not correct. If they're writing, 35,000, 89. That's not correct. As long as they're getting the right words and they're being able to build the skill of reading that number aloud correctly, that's fine. I am a stickler for commas being in the right place, both when we write them in standard form and when we write them in word form. There's one more form that we have to get into, and that's expanded form. So we're going to still use our place value chart to help us out right here. We know what this is worth. And in a previous video, we talked about decomposing numbers and using number bonds to break numbers up. Expanded form is a way of doing that. Expanded form lets me see, okay, how do I make 35,089? Well, I know that that 3 is 3 10,000. So sure enough, I'm going to write that right here. 3 10,000s. Well, that's 30,000. 30,000. That came from right here. Okay. 5 1,000. So that's the same as 5,000. And that came from right here. 0 hundreds. I don't have to. Sometimes people want to. Do you have to write 0 0 0 because it's 0 hundreds, or do you have to write 0 even just a plain old 0? No, you don't have to. You just skip it. It's 0. We have 8 tens. That's 80, and 9 ones. That's easy. That's just a plain old 9. So I know what these parts are worth, and believe it or not, I just put it in expanded form without realizing it. All I need to add here to make it correct is to put in a plus sign, and another, and another. Expanded form is when you decompose a number into the different parts based on its place value, and then you add them together to get back to your starting number. And if you look closely, you can see this almost kind of looks like a number bond. I could rewrite this as a true number bond. I could write 35,089, and I could decompose that into 4 parts. 30,000, 5,000, 80, and 9. Yeah, I'm sorry. Didn't realize you were missing that on your screen there. An important thing for you to know is a number bond doesn't require the pluses. However, expanded form does. In a number bond, you don't need the pluses because showing the branches coming apart tells you that these are all parts of a whole and that these added together equal that. You don't need to have the plus signs there. However, for expanded form, you absolutely do. And there's certainly no harm in putting them in. No one's going to get upset if you write it that way. It's still going to be clear to anyone who reads this. So let's take a look at one more example for those 3 forms. Let's say I had the number. I'm just going to come up with another one on the fly right here. Let's go with 2, 3, 7, 9, 4, 2, 6. So what form have I written this in right now? If you're not sure, pause the video for a moment, or you can rewind, look back. I'll give you a moment to think. This is standard form. And again, I know that because I've written this number using just my numerals, my digits, 0 through 9. I can write this in word form because I know that the proper way to read this number aloud is 2 million, 426. And of course, we never want to forget those commas. So sure enough, it's here between the 2 million and the 379,000. So 2 million, 379,000. I have another one that's right between the 379,000 and the 426. So 379,000, comma, 426. Right here, we have word form. And last but certainly not least, we have expanded form. So I know that 2 there, and I could certainly make another place value chart if I needed to. That 2 there represents 2 million. So I'm going to need a lot of room for this one. That's 2,000. 2 million, okay? Plus that 3 represents 300,000. 300,000, okay? That 7 is 70,000. That 9 is 9,000. That 4 is 400. Whew, it's taking a lot of space here. That 2 is a plain old 20. And that 6 is just plain old 6. And sure enough, 2 million plus 300,000 plus 70,000 plus 9,000 plus 400 plus 20 plus 6 equals our original number, 2,379,426. And that final form that we just did, of course, is expanded form. So this has been Mr. Moss working with you today on standard form, word form, and expanded form. They're pretty neat way to kind of think about numbers in different ways, and I hope this was a helpful guide for you. Have a great day.